That out of the way. In Eastern Oregon right now, it's fall. It's my favorite time of year for sports. We're going to have all kinds of guests. I sat down with Josh Goodman, the EOU women's soccer coach, and he talks a little bit here about their what they do regarding mental health. You know, one of the things that I've noticed about soccer, and I'm sure this happens on other teams, I just have noticed this, is the mental health stuff. Like, it's very important to you. I know for sure. And talk a little bit about that.
I just am a big believer that, you know, college athletics are hard, you know, but they're supposed to be fun as well. And I think that sometimes, you know, I did it as a student athlete. You get so focused on your performance and you get so focused on the things that are going on the field that you just let it affect you so much off the field, and you kind of start to identify your whole life with the sport. And I know when I stepped away from playing, it took me a while to kind of figure out more about who I was other than soccer, and, you know, still kind of struggle with it. Obviously, I'm getting into coaching, but the big thing I want for the girls is to know that we're going to push you pretty hard on the field, but that we care about you off the field, and that it's a safe space to talk about anything that you need to talk about. And I think that over the last couple of years, we've taken strides, and, you know, we're going to continue to put a lot of, you know, our effort into making sure that mentally they're where they need to be. And on the performance side, if they're mentally enjoying it, they're going to perform better as well. So there's benefits there.
I released a little clip yesterday on EO Live with all the guests that I'm going to have on over the next week. It's going to be real exciting. EOU football. They just had Frontier Conference Media Day a couple of days ago. Tim Camp talked about the kind of disappointing season last year and kind of what we've done to make this year a better year. And one of those things is we brought in a new offensive coordinator, Austin Brown from Southern. I sat down with him last week here. Brand new offensive coordinator means there's going to be a little bit different of an offense. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I think any time that you take over a new offense, the first thing you got to be careful of is obviously just a wholesale change with these guys. I think you got to try and find that cutoff line right there of, you know, what can I keep intact as far as maybe terminology. You know, maybe you're running something similar, but what are things that can stay intact that these guys know? So I think that's the first thing that you got to think about as a new play caller coming up here. And obviously Coach Camp sat down and we have a vision for this thing, and it is going to look a lot different than probably anybody in the stands has seen in a while here at Eastern Oregon. But these guys have done an outstanding job. I have an awesome group of guys here as far as players and coaching staff, Coach Camp and Ryan Piper there helping me out on the offensive side of the ball of picking up this new scheme. You know, I think there's no secret to what we are offensively in the conference. Everybody knows that, you know, that my time spent at over there at Oregon State had a huge impact on what my beliefs are offensively. Yeah. So you're going to see some wide zone schemes. You're going to see some play action stuff. You're going to see the naked. You're going to see a lot of us changing some tempo up at a lot of times and just trying to keep the defense guessing and making them defend, you know, all 53 1/3 yards.
About this new offensive coordinator, he has a lot of energy. He just brings a different look to offense that was kind of stagnant, if you ask me. Last year they averaged 12 points a game, and if you take away the 2 wins, they averaged 8 points a game, and that's not enough to win games in the Frontier. The Frontier is a tough conference, one of the toughest conferences in NAIA, and 8 points a game just ain't going to get it done. We got to put some points on the board and keep the defense off the field, and I think Austin Brown's going to help do that. This morning's sports report is brought to you by Rock & Sons. Rock & Sons Tire and Auto, East End of Adams. Go see JB and the boys.